Okay, I'm sitting in my hotel room, a Fairfield something or other in Sebastopol, California, Marriott, Fairfield by Marriott, I think. I got Fox News on, got my breakfast, which I just picked up at the dining room, which is, like all hotels these days, is not a dining room. It's actually a place where some overworked person is there serving every single resident of the hotel. And it's, they have a limited option, although this one was actually pretty fancy. Look at the Statue of Liberty there. Whoa, whoa. As I was standing, there was a family in line in front of me. I stood behind them, like social distance the hell out of it. Masked up, of course. And this dude is over standing closer to them wearing a Boogaloo shirt, a Hawaiian shirt, shorts. He's balding, overweight. I don't mean that as a criticism, just an acknowledgement. I mean, I'm overweight myself. And he's barefoot. So, of course, you're going to leave your room and walk barefoot down the hall to the dining area, right? That's what everybody does in a hotel to make people feel comfortable. And he slips on his mask when he notices that everyone else is wearing a mask. Like, cool. I know, I forget all the time too. And as we're waiting, the family leaves and we're waiting. And he goes, man, this virus is making stuff tough. And I said, yeah, I agree, man. It really messes up. It makes everything difficult, especially when you're traveling. And he's like, yeah, but when it's I would like to know some good figures on this thing, like some really actual data on what's going on with this thing. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, I'd like to know the data so I could tell who's profiting from this, who's making money, what's going on, because I know somebody is. This isn't real. And I was like, oh yeah, I didn't realize that. And he goes, yeah. And when it comes to starting to track us, put chips in us, to implant, to follow our every movement, that's going too far with this virus. Definitely too far. And I said, where are they doing that? Like I haven't seen that at all. I've been traveling all around. I haven't heard of any implants. And he goes, well, the implants, you got the iPhone apps that are tracking you. And that's true. There are iPhone apps that track you. I think you have to sign on to them, but they will track you and your COVID outbreak. And he goes, when that happens, like the state is taking over, it's too far. And I'm like, I really hadn't seen that. And his breakfast was ready and he was ready to run off. And then he goes, but the worst is cashless economy. We're going into a cashless economy now. And I felt puzzled. Like, what the hell does that have to do with the virus? But it has to do with tracking. And he said, you can't even pay a neighborhood boy $20 to mow your lawn anymore without the government tracking you. It's like sick. We've gone over to the dark side. And I can see what he's talking about, but how does he go from being barefoot in a Boogaloo shirt in the dining room of a Marriott Hotel, Fairfield, whatever, in Sebastopol, California, not wearing a mask until he sees that everyone in the room is wearing a mask, and then he pulls one conveniently out from his pocket. How does he go from that to telling a total stranger, me, that the friggin' government is making the virus for profit and that they're sticking chips in us and that cashless economy won't let him pay the boy $20, blah, 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 blah. And by the time I thought to get him on camera, I debated it over and over, like, will this guy bolt if I put him on camera or will he talk straight for an hour? He was gone, barefoot John down the hall. So I got my toast to eat and my coffee and my jam and my Fox News for conspiracy theories, CNN for the opposite conspiracy theories. This is just life in a hotel on the road. And this is a fancy friggin' hotel. My producer put it on his card, made me really happy. That's where we're at, COVID. This is July 20-something, 2020. Stephen Williams reporting from Sebastopol, California.